Pool is such a lovely environment. You can already see there's a huge diversity of creatures that call the vernal pool home, at least temporarily. There's one, a little guy. Oh my gosh, there's so many. How are you? Little cutie. They have such pleasant faces. Okay, goodbye. Oh, there.
Before the Founders Fellows program, I didn't really know anyone else my age that was interested in reptiles and amphibians, like nobody at all.
There's a lot of people around here that hunt and stuff, but none of them really like look at nature the same way that I do. It's very rural where I am, so there's not a lot of opportunities for me to meet people that have the same ideas as me.
It can definitely be hard to at least to try and like it's finding people who are also interested in that sort of stuff.
So, given that reptiles are relatively niche of an interest, there was no one else in my high school that were interested in the same things.
Herpetology is a bit of a more special field, right? At times it can feel a bit lonely.
You can't go up to someone and ask them to go on a 3-hour herping trip when they just have a singular gecko and don't have any interest in going outside.
What I genuinely love with snakes and amphibians and reptiles in general is considered very weird. And I didn't really have people to share it with.
But I definitely felt like it was a bit of an odd interest. I remember people telling me that it was weird for a girl to be so interested in snakes. It's not like a typical like preteen or teenage girl interest, I was told.
And it was really, really good to meet other people my age that were interested in the very niche subject I had decided to attach to.
To be able to connect with young herpetologists like me was really a very unique experience.
It's been really nice. There aren't really many places where teenagers can talk with their peers about herpetology, and where like everyone's also like enthusiastic about it.
Now I know a lot more people in real life who are interested in this sort of stuff.
In particular, being able to be connected with peers of your age was very encouraging.
I would say that the program really helped find people that view nature and view science in the way that I do.
Yeah, I mean, I always had people that would be like, "Ooh, pretty snake," but I never had people that would like actually understand the significance of whatever I was finding. So, yeah, that's really nice, and I love being able to see everyone else's finds too, and it's a nice community.
The second meeting, I met some of my very good friends now.
In my year at Spokane, I remember Torsten. He and I, had many conversations about salamanders. We both worked on salamanders.
I made a really nice friendship with Jasper, who is from Botswana and attended the meeting. And yeah, we just went herping and
Well, I'm still very, very close with Abby, and I don't get to talk to Freya and Chance as much, but they're in the conference.
but it's such an interesting dynamic because we're from all over the place. So it's kind of like, we all talk, but it's it's just cool. Like we get to see what everyone's finding throughout the world. Like
We're all, you know, kids, kid-ish, kid adjacent, who are just like finally getting this opportunity to go out and do something like
I think there was 6 or 8 of us out there in the middle of rural Michigan looking for amphibians and reptiles right next to the lake. Was a really fun time. Even if we didn't find much, it was a great bonding experience. And with people we didn't know, that was our first meeting with each other. With people we didn't know, driving an hour to go on a trip was really valuable for me, at least.
walking around this place just talking about everything that came to mind, just our lives and hurts and how herps have impacted our lives. And it just like reinforced that sort of camaraderie.
I text them all the time. They text me all the time.
I get every once in a while, I get to look on my phone, and then there's a bunch of cool reptile pictures that I get to look through. uh,
I would say I really liked having the lunch with all of the other founders fellows. That was really cool. Just seeing them in person after all the Zoom calls and stuff. And then I also just really liked sitting in and watching people present their research. It was just so interesting seeing the different, like very obscure things that I never even would have thought about researching. It was very interesting to see that kind of stuff.
On the academic side that I enjoyed at the conference, the symposium for the unisexual and salamanders. These guys are so weird. Girls, I should say. Those girls, they're so weird because they're all female and they hybridize and they steal genes and they're crazy.
This you could sign up for like this luncheon, right? With for example, a professor, and I signed up with Daryl Frost, who had some very fun discussions with me, and that also very both entertaining and also highly informative. I think meeting Daryl Frost was the most fun I've had at the conference.
Abby, one of the other students, we went to her grandparents' house and we did find garter snakes in their woods there. And that's where I lost my phone. So for like 2 panicked hours, we were searching for my phone in the forest and we called it like 400 times. And I picked it, one Jasper picked it up and had a slug on it because it had been sitting on the ground in the forest.
When we toured behind the scenes at University of Michigan, that was amazing. There was the earliest slot, there was like three of them left. So it ended up being myself, Avi, and Cannon, and we just ditched my parents. And it was a lot of fun.
But like all these shenanigans that we were getting up to, whether it be like the herp trivia that we were terrible at because it involved herp related songs that were all like much before our times. I'm like, I don't know any of these.
I put in a film, and my friend Jasper put in a film, and then there were two different categories: the short film category and then the longer film category. And he had a shorter film, and I had a longer film, and then we ended up both winning in our respective categories. And it was such a fun experience. I mean, there were lots of really awesome films, and it was just, I still have the serpent's chalice sitting.
Yeah, my mom went with me and I think it was very outside of her comfort zone. She doesn't know much about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so my mom came, and she, I think, was just really excited to see me so excited.
I think it really helped her see like the side of what I would be going into and kind of understand better like why it is that I want to do this kind of stuff as a career. So it was really great for her to be a part of it too.
As a parent, it was really cool to see Jenna just be able to connect with other students and to be able to connect with professionals and feel like she belongs.
People in person, like it was the first time I would say I really felt like I could just talk to anyone in that building. I could just go up and start a conversation about herps and they would listen to me because everyone has the shared like connection, the shared interest.
I have found myself, I have found community, and I have found people who truly love what I love.
Really liked having the mentors, especially women in the field. And I just felt like I really was able to connect with them.
The connection to my mentors has definitely helped me become who I am.
What the Founders Fellowship did is it really helped me connect with different professors, such as the man that I worked with at the time. He and I worked on my first research project, and as a result of that, I was able to present that meeting, and the Founders Fellowship allowed me to afford the trip. And there I met many different investigators, and as a result of building my network, I now am continuing to do research in biology, even as an engineering student.
How it changed me and just the levels of confidence that I had.
Seeing all of the work and the dedication that people put into the stuff they research about, and it just really locked in my plan for my career.
This fellowship, it's going to give you the most intimate experience with herpetology you'll ever have in your life, and that is when you'll truly know that, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to enjoy doing.
I mean, it's been just such an honor to be able to participate in SSAR, and I truly have grown so much because of it.
It was such an amazing experience. So many cool connections, so many awesome people, and I just am so grateful to have been able to have that experience.
With SSAR, and specifically this program, you are investing in the future of these students.
I think by supporting this program, you are helping the next generation realize their passions and figure out what they want to be doing in their life. And that is a really undervalued thing, in my opinion, because I think it's just so important that we know what we want to do and how we can make a difference.
There aren't really many, if any, other programs like this that give teenagers the opportunity to be able to actually meet the people in the careers that they could potentially be interested in.
For many of the students, that a career in herpetology is like their dream. You are that spark that can allow it to grow into something much greater than it was before.
Encouraging young people to figure out what they like and find their place in the world is wonderful. Investing in young people also helps the field.
They're investing in really the future of science and biology as a whole.
When you're investing in this program, not only are you supporting the younger generation, you're quite literally supporting the future of herpetology and conservation.
If it can change one person's life in the way it has mine, it can definitely change more.
Teens, we have passions, and sometimes those passions are very hard to realize. And the younger you start, the better it is, because you will never find a more passionate group of people on the planet than teenagers. We're allowed to care very deeply about these things, and we're allowed to be emotional and in charge when it comes to these things. And when an organization can funnel that and harness it into something, that's when you get greatness.
Last question. What is the best animal in the SSAR catalog?
It's a hard pick between the mass saga and the salamanders, because mass sagas are very cool, but salamanders, I mean, those unisexual ones, they're so cool. Yes, I do really love salamanders. I love all